Jamel President grew up less than a mile from the College of Charleston and graduated from Burke High School. He was as hard-nosed and spirited as any player I have ever coached. On the defensive end, he always guarded our opponent's best scorer. His jump shot was picture perfect, and he iced many games with his foul shots. In fact, in his senior year, he ranked 4th nationally from the foul stripe. He played in the backcourt with Anthony Johnson, and they made a magnificent duo. In an NCAA game against Stanford at the United Center in Chicago, Jamel was voted Chevrolet Player of the Game. After graduation from the college, Jamel has given so much back to the community. He presents to youngsters seminars in SAT taking and academics, and conducts clinics and camps teaching the ABCs of basketball. He is also president and CEO of the DAE Foundation. Jamel, congratulations, and a big thanks for your contributions and the role model you have become for the youth of Charleston.
President Benson.
Fundamentally mindful. And tonight, Oatmeal Recipe Edition, we got Janet Carter talking about nutrition, Harry Curnell focusing on academics, and myself will be talking about skill development. DAE TV, Fundamentally Mindful.
Hi, this is Janet Carter, registered dietitian at MUSC for the nutrition segment of DAE TV, and today we're going to talk about sports drinks. So sports drinks include Powerade, Gatorade, and other types of drinks like that. And most of these drinks are usually available on the sidelines at a game or during your practices, but the big question is, do you really need to drink these things? And the answer is not always. Usually, if you're exercising or training and it's hot and you're sweating and you're working out for at least an hour, then you probably need to have a sports drink. It will replenish some of your fuel with the sugar that's in it. It will replenish some of your electrolytes with the minerals and the vitamins that are in it. But usually if it's less than an hour that you're being active, you don't necessarily have to have a sports drink. You can just have water and that will hydrate you well enough. And the other thing too is that if you are trying to manage your weight or if you're struggling to manage your weight, you might want to forego the sports drink altogether because it is a lot of extra calories and extra sugar. If you have any of your own personal questions or if you'd like some personalized advice, you can reach me at dietjc24@yahoo.com.
PACE is committed to communicating the proper information so that all involved would have a clear understanding of their academic standing during the time of recruitment. Get eligible. All student athletes, any sport, 8th to 12th grade. Here at PACE, we create NCAA academic profiles for eligibility. We explain NCAA status. We do workshops on NC2A and NAIA eligibility. We do transcripts evaluation, core course GPA calculation, review of college boards, and we monitor core courses for proper matriculation. Contact us at pace@outlook.com or www.pace16.wix.com/pace16, or even contact us at pace@facebook.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
The Oatmeal Recipe, has three main ingredients that's vital to athletes' success: skill development, academics, and education. Hear all about it on DAE TV. Very big spots, and we even have a nice picture is this man here is on his elbow. Okay? And being that the fifth was guarding me, alright? When I go and take him here, I got this. Alright, when I go and go down and take him here, I'm now even with my finger. Okay, now he's going to make a decision. Here ain't below the creek where I want to be, right? So I come up here, what he's going to do? Perfect, right? So I walk. Okay, so let's say he doesn't give me that. Let's say he takes that away from me, right? Come down here, boom. You know what I'm saying? I got to be able to change direction at any given time. Now, I got to go and I give him this. Boom, got to bite on this and stop still staying low. The whole point is staying low to this man. I mean, it's close to this man. If I go here, you get me to here. Okay? So I want to go to him as close as possible. That makes him work even harder. If I go close here, I got this. Okay? He takes it. Again, I got to designate what I want him to do. Okay? And a lot of when you fight over picks, the closest hand goes through first. So go down, hold man. Boom. We don't want to do this after we get in trouble. Okay? On the legs. I'm coming here. I'm here. Okay? I need to go in it. I'm going to change back again with my wedge. I'll do it again without the wedge, the wrong way. I have no control. Okay? Now what you gotta do is open up. Okay? Let me show you. Set up pick here. Boom. Boom. Open it up. Alright? We don't want you turning your back, we don't want you doing this. Right? Open up to the ball. That's what I said. Open up to the ball all the time. Open up to the ball. Okay? What you want to do, most of the time, when you see your man, how would you be defending me right now? Me. Okay, good. So when I'm saying to pick, what do you gotta do? You got the edge. You got the edge. Okay? Show me how was your edge. Perfect, good, right? So, just now look, I got you where I want you to be. I'm not going to open up here. I'm going to step in a little bit, right? Okay, open up, feel you. Okay? Let's go with a couple of different reps. Good, and that's what I'm about to say. Don't move with the play. You know what I mean? Let it materialize, let them get away, then you start doing the thing. You don't want to move with him as you move to the gesture. Okay, because if everybody's moving, all you have to do is step right here. You know what I'm saying? You're wide open. So, when you move with the play, versus coming in a zone where, you know what I'm saying? Go. There's no way in the ATW offices that I'm gonna let somebody get me. I'll get an officer file first. he started getting happy, he started getting power, like somewhere getting off me. And I'm going around him, and that's another thing I understand about plays. You gotta improvise. Like you said, he's turning the play, then take these hit out until he respects what you're trying to do. So go around him, be aggressive, don't let him just smush you like that. Good. Right here. So they got passing adjustment. Ain't work. You can't get the pass from the top. You see him like that? Dribble over here. Give him the pass. First down. Good.
He was raised in a household with 11 people to become the regional player at Burke High School to win championships at the College of Charleston. And in this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups, I talk with the one and only Curnell president. So listen, Curnell, you are a busy man these days.
Yes, I am.
You're the founder of DAE Foundation. You're the president of Curnell President Productions.
Right.
I know that you're on a lot of boards. And I've heard that you're also a personal trainer too.
I am. Yeah. Basketball trainer.
Yes.
Right.
When do you sleep?
Sleep when I'm dead. That's the best time to get all the sleep you need when I'm dead.
Yes. Well, let's take a back down memory lane for just a moment. Talk to me about how the whole foundation came to fruition.
Well, it's kind of a long story. I give all my credits to Minute Basketball in Dallas.
Yes.
Minute Basketball. I came out of that program. But through that program and through my trials and tribulations, I look back at my life and see what was missing, in a student athlete. So I want to implement those things. So the foundation was obviously DAE Foundation, Dolores and Estelle, my mom and grandma.
Right.
And just started. I was in New Jersey with Rick Barry. And I know Coach Best mentioned Rick Barry, and played up there. But I saw something different where players coming in, cut, released. So I was like, man, I got to have something more concrete. Right. So I wanted to give back to student athletes and develop the DAE Foundation. And what that does is 3 different tiers. We do 7 to 12, 13 to 17, and then a college approach. We just train athletes, work with schools and hospitals. In a nutshell, we just fine tune them and just get them ready for that next level.
And when famous people usually go away to help others and support their own lives, Why did you decide to stay in Charleston and help your community?
Well, I mean, I went to James Simmons,
Yes.
Rivers Middle School,
Right.
Burke High School,
That's right.
College
Charleston.
You know what I mean? So, I'm rooted. My whole blood and sweat and tears are here in this city. So, from the political standpoint, from the athletic standpoint, the education standpoint, I know the ins and outs of Charleston. My book, Both Sides of Calhoun, gives a whole nutshell of Charleston, meaning, one side, it's a division between one side and, one side and the next. And I'm a part of both sides, and I give that back through those learnings.
Well, let's put on your memory hat for just a moment. I read that you actually grew up in a household with 11 people in downtown Charleston.
I did.
Talk to me, how did you stand out in that crowd?
Man, I had an uncle, Johnny President. He was about 6'4", loved his mom to death. And I just saw how his role was in our family, how he implemented discipline and a strict regimen. So when he passed away, I kind of took that leadership role. And I was recruited, by Clemson and Dayton and Georgetown. But when he passed away, I still wanted to come back home. So I always had that ties to come back home. But in that crowd, to this day, I'm still up there as a leader of the family, and I just being exposed helped me to get out of that comfort zone I was in, and it was a ball kept rolling.
And from what I read also, and you mentioned this earlier, you went to Burke High School, where you actually were the regional player of the year at Burke.
Right.
Talk to me about that. What was that experience like?
Man, just in 7th grade, coming up, you always, you see, the Jamal Washingtons of the world, Ken Browns of the world, and you always want to be that guy playing behind those guys. So, just coming up as a 7th grade, playing in the old arena when Marty Worcester Classic was here. I always wanted to be a player for Burke, and once I got my chance, I worked hard, and eventually I didn't know, when you're coming up as a kid, a legit playing ball, you never think about the accomplishments and the goals you're going to get. So I had that grit and tenacity, just wanted to play, and just snowball into that. And I was appreciative when I got those awards. But when you're living in Quintin, you don't really get a chance to sit back and actually,
Take it all in. And from Burke, you went here to the College of Charleston.
From Burke, I went to Fort Union.
Okay.
Then I came to the College of Charleston.
And tell me, I know that you know this, but you also won like 3 NAACP CAA tournaments for the college.
Yeah.
Take me back down memory lane. When you think of it, what comes to mind?
Again, coming out of high school, you see, Marion Buzzards of the world playing, and you're like, man, when did we get there? But, I didn't really know what the tournament was till after the first year we played it. We lost to Arizona in the first year. I missed a shot to win the game, but it was a great experience, and we're trying to get back here as a school with the new coaching in place. So it's been that long since we got there, but saw the exhibition game. We got a lot of talent, so hopefully we get there again.
And now your number is retired here and hanging from the TD Arena. When you think of it, what comes to mind?
Man, again, I guess I'm still in the midst of it. I'm still coming to the games. I still play. So, I guess when I'm old and gray and can't move as much, I'll go back to the archives and look, and then it will really hit me. But for now, I'm still in the midst and just thanking God that I can see it, and my kid is here that can see things like that.
And after the College of Charleston, you actually dabbled in pro basketball on the minor level.
Yeah.
With the New Jersey Showcats, like you mentioned earlier.
Right.
Why did you go that particular route?
Because as a point guard, I played my whole career with one hand. My skill and development was at that level to be looked at.
Right.
And that's just what it was. So in my day-to-day, again, through life experience and through the athletic part of it, I implement those things that I didn't have as a player. I implemented into my program to my current players now. But it was God is good. It was a situation where that wasn't my route. Okay. Had I made it to the NBA or had made a bunch of money, I probably just blew the money and just messed it up and not have a career set in stone in the craft that I'm developing, taking care of my family and also changing lives. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
Well, describe to me the following in one word: basketball.
Basketball. It's the division breaker. It's the non-verbal collaboration. It's like Coach Crash said. It's from a ballet on the heart.
Yes.
And I had talked to the player the other day, and he was like, well, what do you do all day? And my word was him, basketball.
Yeah.
Basketball. I consult with private schools.
Yes.
Because I won't be 43, 50 years old still trying to make a move. You know what I mean? So mentally I have to relay what in my mind and in my heart what's to the kids or to a coach of the game. So basketball is just life. Basketball is life. Basketball is business.
Yes. One word to describe Charleston.
Charleston. Quintin, being a native from Charleston,
Yeah.
you gotta have grit. You gotta have heart. You gotta have determination.
That's right.
It's a different type. When we travel to different places, and I see the people just how they carry on through life. I was like, man, this guy won't make it in Charleston. It's just because of the leather you gotta have in order to deal with the politics of the city and whatnot. But it's a great city. It helps you develop into that person that needs to make it to the next level or to make it every day. And I appreciate it every day.
One word to describe Burke High School.
Burke High School, a change, definitely a great experience. You go different places. I go to different high schools and I see what we don't have, what we do have compared to other schools. And I'm just glad I experienced what I experienced coming from Burke High School to College Charleston. It's like night and day. But I needed that ground and needed that system in order to know what not to go back to. And, so some of the guys that plays on my AAU team as well. So that was a great experience, and that's a great school. It's a great ground system for what I got.
With the greatest class in the history of high school. You know what I'm saying? I'm here, I'm proud, I'm excited. Go Dogs, baby.
Go Dogs, baby. Let's go.
What's up, man? Hi. How are you? Everybody's saying that. Just do my shirt. Hey, I'm Kimberly Jenkins, class of 1994. We need to move on. Glad to be here. Hey.
Andrea, what's up?
Hey, how you doing? Class of 1994. 1994, baby, best class ever. What was it? Out the door in 94.
Paying it forward, baby.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, yeah, you already know. What you got going on over here?
What I got going on over here?
Yeah.
Celebrating 20 years.
20 years.
Bulldog Pride, class of 94.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
I know.
Aloha.
There you go.
Even though I live in Colombia.
Okay.
Is that what you said?
Hello, everyone. It's hot, but I'm maintaining. Be blessed.
There you go.
Good morning, I'm Alfred Reed, Day 1 at Burke High School, representing Corporation, GCA, and Burke High School, all the alumnus, students, community, Mr. Cannon, all his administration staff. We wish everybody a good and exciting, godly homecoming and victory. I thank the Mayoral President for photographing this shout out and speaking to you. May God bless everyone in the whole wide world.
Welcome home, Bulldogs. Happy homecoming to the class of 2014. We are here to support, show love, and give back. Paying it forward in 2014. We were out the door in 94.
That was good.
Hi, I'm Tanya McCann-Powell, class of 94. Welcome back, Bulldogs.
Hello. Florida Pringo, class of 94, Burke High School, representing 2014. That's all we need.
Novelette Roberts, class of 1994, Bulldogs. Woo, woo.
Field goal.
Hi, I'm Trenda Stewart, class of 94.
There you go.
Happy, whatever.
There you go.
Hi, I'm Tracy Johnson, class of 94. Glad to be back. There's no place like home.
Perfect.
Out the door 94, Edward, now white, for the past 13 years. Glad to be hanging out with the classmates and things and just having a marvelous time.
Curnell president, class of 94, 2014. Human action. It's your turn. Take the camera. Oh, okay. Thank you, man. That's what I like.
We're here with my high school coach, Coach Earl Brown. Coach Brown said he played in the Gus Mac as well. We're going to touch base on that as well. But Coach, we're here just doing a documentary. It's called Both Sides of Calhoun, and we're basically just talking about just might come up as a former player. When I first got my jersey, the red, white, and blue jersey, I remember. Yeah, the Monte Rista Classic down at the College of Charleston.
That's right.
I remember I slept in my jersey, the night before.
Yeah.
Because just coming up, everybody wanted to play with Burke, and everybody wanted to perform well. So that was a great feeling coming up in those times, playing for Burke High School. And so can you just shed light on some of the hindsight of what you thought, of me as a player, or just some things to look back at in our timeline?
Yeah, well, during that time, you came up with a group of special athletes, and then being able to compete with them as a youngster. Because when you look back at Melvin Watson, Kim Brown, Zola Davis, and Marlon Miller, and Jamal Washington, who's right now coaching, it was just great to be able to compete with those guys, and then for the record that you guys compiled here was astronomical, and I think that was just a part of your willingness to put in the work that was needed to stay where you were, and oftentimes when I look back at the, I think that was the '92 state championship game, when we thought we had it done, got opportunity at a layup to close it out, and missed the layup and ended up losing that championship, and I think it was double overtime.
Right.
But then we had some great games to get to that point. And, so yeah, it's been a great run, and as I said, applaud you for being able to hang with those guys, and then to see you in the position that you're in today, because the position that you're in today, it goes right back to where you started. And then helping to develop young men, and then remembering where you came from, and it's just great to see that. And I can just remember some of those times doing summer workouts, and as we'd explained to you, all of that work is not done in the gym, and it's what you do on your own. And it was evident that there's a lot of that work that you did on your own as well, because we couldn't do it all in the gymnasium. And plus the fact that you didn't have some of the things that some of these kids are privileged to today.
Right. And also what allowed me to proceed the way I did was, I think, you being a great motivator. You know what I mean? Like, we could have ran through that wall, you know what I mean, had you tell us that's what we need to do to win. Mm-hmm. So I think, being a great coach, I think you got a niche of getting into, finding a person's strength and then honing into that and getting them to be the best that they could be.
Yeah, I remember back.
Still got my camera.
I was 37 and Jarrell, president. Got the gentleman Melvin watching it.
I think Nisha got
They're
my
playing
camera.
with me full court. And I always try to make them hard-nosed without their knowledge of me making them hard-nosed to be a better player and playing with personnel their age so they can be a better participant in the sports that they engage in and to take their athletic skills to a higher level. I see them now as an older young man with families, and it's amazing how fast time flies. And it's exciting that they're still around and I'm still around to say this message to them. Once again, I'm Alfred speaking live from Burke's Mall area of Burke High School, which is located at 244 President Street. From me, the staff, the community, the alumnus, and everybody, good luck.
TC program, you can compete just to go reserve or National Guard. So if you're interested, definitely take one of these. I gave you one of those. Take one of these if you're interested. So I talked to you. Yep. And then take one of these. This talks about your skills and your choices. So for the enlisted side, and your dad's in the Army. What's he in? He was in the Marines. Leander? Oh, Leander. Yeah. Okay. Who else? Who didn't get something? You have something? Okay. What are you interested in doing? It's an option, so don't let your options, always understand what's available for you.
Like it's very harsh.
Oh, harsh?
Yeah, like the way they do it. Is it harsh?
Not at all. So right now, because of a lot that has happened in the Army, it's definitely becoming a better environment across the services. So all commands are seeking to make sure people are treated fairly, respectfully, so people stay longer and have a greater experience.
I also have some cards. If you want to fill it out, I can return it to the Army recruiting officer, and they can call you and talk about more options or whichever path that you want to pursue. Okay, so if you're interested, you can fill out a card and then hand it to me, and then I'll get it to the recruiter.
Where are we need one more?
A field, basically a 9-to-5 job. Normally you work Monday to Friday. And there are different areas that you can go into in accounting. At the lowest level is bookkeeping, where you just kind of keep the records for a company. And the highest level is controller, comptroller, the person who's in charge of the accounting department. Normally you do have to go to school. You can do a 2-year through Tryon Technical College or something like that, or you can do 4 years, and you can either get a bachelor's degree in business, or you can get a bachelor's degree in accounting. From College of Charleston actually has a bachelor's degree in accountancy. You can go on and get a master's degree. There are several career paths with accounting. So you can start up as an accountant, and then you can go to staff accountant to senior accountant, or from an accountant to an accounting manager, say controller, things like that. It's really about being able to take the information for a business, the numbers part of it, and explaining how it all affects the bottom line. Because normally you have budgets that you create before you start the year, and each month you go through and be able to tell presidents, vice presidents, directors of different areas what it is, how they met their numbers or they didn't meet their numbers, and things they can do differently.
a couple of words?
Yeah. Hey, man, we're just glad to have the class of 94 back on campus. And I just told the girls, it's nice to see folks who actually look like who you remember them. You know, maybe a couple of fouls, but at least the faces look good, so I know you're doing some great things, and I just hope you all keep doing positive stuff in the community. I know you are the man behind the campus, so it's nice to see some of your other classmates doing some of the same thing. Y'all just keep up the good work, man.
Thank you, sir.
How are you?
Good morning. Okay, good morning. I am Carrie Lugard, class 94. This is the best high school. Wearing Burke across your chest gives a lot of pride, a lot of respect. Back in 94, we were known for the high step and Bulldog band and the basketball team. We still loved our football team, but the basketball team won more games. But I will say this, Burke High School is the foundation. Your foundation for when you step outside the doors, when you walk across the stage, shake your principal's hand, whoever that principal is going to be, and go on your first day of the rest of your life speech. You see, we have many areas, and this is just a small dose right here that we have represented, but we decided to come back 20 years later to show you all that the best products come from Burke High School.
Yes, ma'am.
Your spirit is Burke High School. You don't let anybody disrespect Burke High School.